Hi everyone. Wanted to go over how to do your block plans. We'll be doing this in our seminars as well. Just want you to have this as a review. So the block plans, you have April 1st and April 2nd to write them. And you know that they're due on April 4th to me, and a site coordinator at your school and your mentor teacher should have them before the 4th, because you're starting on April 9th, your last 4 weeks. I think you're all excited. I'm excited for you as well. So the block plan document has not changed. The idea is, in your unit plan, is to show and demonstrate your exit outcomes. And you want to demonstrate your thorough understanding of unit planning, which is number D. If you need to do 1 or 2 units to demonstrate that to your mentor teacher, or you may want to have 2 units in the sense that you're doing the first 2 weeks a unit and the second 2 weeks a unit, whatever you need to do to demonstrate your exit outcomes and your thorough understanding of unit planning, including assessment. So let's get into the unit plan itself. There's 4 weeks. Please start, and I'm going over with it carefully, please start by blocking in when you're going to be teaching. This will tell you how many hours you have to teach the unit. Then you can start to backward design. Please make sure that this calendar is handed in with your unit plan, because this is how you start to do your unit plans. Then you're on your 3rd page, you've got the backward design to start thinking about your unit. You'll be going to your curriculum, which you can find online. I've just pulled up the language curriculum, but they're all online. And remember, it's an integrated unit. So if you're doing science, you may want to integrate language or math. Try your best to do integrated. The arts integrate really well as well into any type of unit. So in your overall backward design, you want to start out with what are your overall expectations you're covering in your unit, your specific expectations, what your unit learning goal is, what your unit success criteria is. The success criteria leads right into what your accommodating task is going to be. You want to have the students be able to demonstrate and show you they have learned the success criteria of the final unit. Then you can list your resources and any prior knowledge that you students need to have. You're also responsible to teach during that unit 1 learning skill. Choose one of these: responsibility, organization, independent work, collaboration, initiative, or self-regulation. I've also attached for you rubrics, general rubrics for each learning skill, and then there's junior ones as well, which also give you an idea of how to simplify the learning skill so the students understand what it means. So the rubrics are there for you as well. Then you go into your 4th page, which is your lesson backward design. The expectation is that you do jot notes on each lesson that you are doing for your unit to show that you understand what is the specific expectation of that lesson, what's the learning goal, what's the success criteria, what assessment strategy are you going to use. And I've also included the assessment companion, where there's 149 different ways of assessing that you can look at for your resources, and you have your own resources as well. You also look down how you're going to do your, what strategy you're going to use to assess, and what recording tool. Recording means, are you going to record it on a checklist? Are you going to record it in a book of the students' names? Are you going to record it on video? Somewhere you need to show how you're recording, so that when you go to do your assessment of the unit, you have backup evidence for your mentor teacher, so the marks make sense, and for the students and for the parents. Then you're into your lesson delivery, and your lesson delivery includes I put in the teaching and learning companion put out by the ministry. There's 149 different teaching strategies in there. In your lesson delivery, you're just going to put what teaching strategy you're using. So if you're using Jigsaw, what you're going to do for Minds On, you may use a video or a game. Action might be working in groups on answering a question. Your consolidation debrief might be a circle, community circle, sharing what they learned that day. You do each one of these in jot notes for each lesson in your unit plan. with the idea that when you look back over it, you haven't repeated a bunch of things. In other words, you haven't had the same minds on for 4 days, a video. You haven't had the same consolidation and brief. You need variety for the students as well. And what I've also included is a lesson plan. When you're finished doing your backward design for your unit, you will do the first 2 full lesson plans for your unit. The reason you do this is because you want to be able to show your mentor teacher that you've got the unit all planned, you know what the accommodating task is, you know how you're assessing it, and you've got the backward design of how the lessons are going to lead into the accommodating task. Each lesson starts with, we're learning this so we can do the accommodating task. In your full lesson plans, you do the first 2. So when you start your unit, you come into class with your first 2 lesson plans. You teach the first lesson, your mentor teacher observes you, and then you sit down and look at how did the first lesson go, and then you look at the second lesson plan that you have all planned. And they can check it and say, okay, we need to tweak it a bit because they didn't learn this, or they learned a whole bunch, they know more than we thought they did, so we need to change that lesson. And then you go home that night and you tweak lesson 2 in preparation for the next day, and then you prepare the full lesson for number 3. So by the time you finish your entire unit, you will have a unit with all the lesson plans done by the end of your teaching. Please make sure that when you do your lesson plans and your unit planning that you leave time at the end for the students to do the accommodating task and for you to assess it, because you're responsible for giving the assessment marks to your mentor teacher at the end of the unit. Thank you for listening. Talk soon.